It's a brand new season for the Cleveland Browns, and many are excited for the NFL debut of Donnie Richardson. But before we get to that, in simulating through the preseason, we did get some key injuries that we need to talk about here. One was Daniel Gibson, who will miss the first 3 weeks of the season, already his second injury of his young career that has caused him to miss some games. 84 injury, not bad by any means, but not excellent, and it's coming back to kind of stunt his development. All of a sudden, that Odafe Owe signing is looking pretty clutch to keep that edge group really strong for the start of the year. We won't be able to see this Daniel Gibson inside experiment until a few weeks here into the season. The other one here, of course, is Jerome Ford, out for the entire year with a complete PCL tear. Really unfortunate here. He was going to be one of the two backs that we leaned on this year. But we're going to have to find a replacement from Jerome Ford because next man up is Kareem Hunt. And, you know, we depended on him last year, but I don't know if we want to depend on him yet again this year. We can see if there's some sort of replacement we can get. As an Eagles fan, I think getting Kenny Gainwell to be that third down back to complement our young rookie seems like the way to go with the options available for us in free agency. He's going to be our third down back for this year. I would like to have the squad fully leveled up heading into the new season, so we're going to do our upgrades from the preseason prior to hopping into the first game, starting off with Matt Driver. We'll get +2 to deep route, which he needed. Doesn't get any release here, which is what I kind of actually wanted with him. But the deep route's nice. The spec catch, also a good upgrade for him. Next up is the man whose debut we're also excited to watch. I think we're going to continue on with the improviser train here for him. Throw under pressure +1, throw accuracy deep +2. That's the kind of stuff I wanted to see. Deep accuracy with his boost now up to a 79, so in a decent spot ahead of his debut. Tony Stevenson. Now a scheme set since I have a scheme fit, since I have changed the scheme a little bit. We are now going with the vertical power offense scheme. That just has the skill sets at the positions that most fit kind of what I want. And what that did is it put Lance Linton here to a scheme fit with us because they want pass protecting tackles, which makes a whole lot of sense to me. He gets +2 to his pass blocking. We have also given him superstar back based on the comments from a couple episodes ago that requested superstar be returned onto him due to maybe some poor quarterbacking leading to some of the sacks that he gave up. And we know quarterback was definitely a big time problem for us last year. McFerrin gets his first career upgrade, and we'll continue to upgrade run stopper here for Mike Hall. We've been doing it for the strength, haven't gotten it yet. Continue not to get it here, but +3 finesse moves. That becomes his highest rating for his skill moves. Preston Baker, going to be the punter for us this year. Give him an accuracy upgrade, and he gets one there with 97 kick power. That's in a pretty good spot. Now I just got to try to get him to be more of an accurate punter here. We'll go vertical threat for the rookie McDougal. Tied in 2 for us this year. +4 short route is a really nice upgrade. And then lastly here, we'll go with Emmanuel Mayweather. He will be playing some backup tackle for us. Let's try to get him to be a much, much better pass blocker, and +2 is certainly a big help. As for our season goal, well, I think Myles Garrett kind of put some pressure on us to try and make the playoffs. I think that's a fairly aspirational goal. It's going to take a massive leap offensively for us to achieve that, I think. But if we want to keep Myles Garrett on the squad, I think this is kind of what it's got to take. So this is not only going to be our season goal, but if we do not, I won't say make the playoffs. I think if we end up with a 9-8 record and we miss the playoffs, I won't be trading Myles Garrett. But if we have a losing record this year, we're going to be forced to trade Myles Garrett. He will demand a trade in the next offseason. Actually, now that I'm looking at the player re-sign interest, he won't even be able to demand a trade. He just won't re-sign. So we're going to be required to make the playoffs, or Myles Garrett will be leaving the squad in free agency. He will not re-sign. So that puts some pressure, kind of depending on what's happening near the trade deadline. If this doesn't look like a team that can make the playoffs, we'll probably be forced to trade away Myles Garrett so that we don't lose him for nothing to a team that has a good chance at re-signing him based on his motivations. I mean, he really just wants the highest money. Scheme fit is something I feel like we could easily get. So if it becomes something that we could make the playoffs and get him back, I think we can increase the scheme fit just to make it easier to re-sign him. But again, whether we get the interest up or not, he's made it clear we need to be a good team or else he's not coming back. Grant Delpit has no interest in re-signing at all. And so we're not going to be able to bring him back. There's not really anything we can do about his interest right now. He wants to go to a warm weather state. So safety looking like a big time need for the boys. We have a stopgap at free safety and we're going to be losing our strong safety. Those are really the big ones. After that, you're starting to get towards more kind of backup players where we will lose quite a lot of decent depth this year. But really, we could lose 2 really nice starters on defense depending on how things go this season. Grant Delpit may be somebody we need to look to trade this season. Happy New Year, everybody, as we are ready to kick off the gameplay portion of this episode. Some exciting debuts. Of course, the biggest among them being the rookie quarterback, Donnie Richardson. The man that we hope can carry this franchise into an era of success they just haven't been able to enjoy. But there are some other really exciting rookies, I think, all along the offense. Offensive line, running back, receiver. Even our tight end, too, is a rookie. We have heavily invested in the offense in the draft last year, and we get to see all of them debut, and it's time with the alternate uniforms on, the all whites, to get our first look at Donald Richardson out of Oregon, set to make his debut. Cleveland gets the ball first here in week 1. Browns going 3 wide to start, and they're going to the air immediately. They're not going to ease him in at all, and he finds fellow rookie Matt Driver. Gain of 7 on the first play of the season. We'll pick up a first down through Kenny Gainwell on the ground. Vita Vea shaken up on the play. Luckily for Bucs fans, doesn't look to be anything too serious, but big loss in the run defense there for the Bucs, and a nice play to Njoku, bouncing off tacklers, and it's a touchdown. Cleveland strikes first on their opening drive. What a play by Njoku to bounce off 2 tackles here. Not a super accurate ball there, but obviously catchable, and then just showing off the strength. And the first touchdown of Donnie Richardson's career comes less than a minute into his debut. Denzel Ward making plays in the flat. He'll break that one up for Chris Godwin. 3rd and 6 now for Tampa. Mayfield back to pass, and it's broken up again. The defensive backs with some tight coverage here on the opening drive, and we force a 3 and out after scoring a touchdown. That's an excellent start, and out comes Richardson again. Already has his first major milestone accomplished. What can he do here on the second drive? Ernie McFerrin in the backfield here. He gets the ball in the flat, and he skirts by one defender, racing up the sideline for a solid gain. Richardson already right just under 80 yards. in this game. Over the middle here on 3rd down, and it'll be 2-2 Atwell with his new number. Of course, gave number 5 up to allow for Richardson to have it. McFerrin on 3rd and 3 gets stuffed short. It will be a late fumble, but Cleveland will recover, and I think that might have even just been him being down before he lost control of the ball there. 2nd and 8. Over the middle, Cade Otton breaking free of a couple tackles for a gain of 5. Now 3rd down. Mayfield throwing into the flat, and Denzel Ward is all over it again. Playing excellently up here in these horizontal throw areas. McFerrin gets a carry here, bounces past one defender, and gets the 1st down. 5 carries early for him, 20 yards on the day, half of them coming on that run. Richardson has time, tries to step up in the pocket, but he stepped up right into the waiting arms of Divine Diablo. The 1st sack here. Moving to his left, finding a man on 3rd and 9. That's a big-time pickup for Kenny Gainwell on the wheel routes. That's the kind of improvisational skills that made Richardson such a good prospect at Oregon. And speaking of good prospects, really excited to see Matt Driver inserted in the offense, already showing off some run after the catch skills there. And Njoku hauls it in, getting us down to the 1. 1st and goal. To the air. Richardson trying to escape, but he'll be brought down. Big loss on the play. Richardson has speed for sure, but it's not, maybe elite speed at the NFL level. Going to be a lot harder to get by defenders here. That's going to be a yard short, so we'll have 4th and goal. He'll be faster than most defensive linemen for sure, but here he does get out of the pocket and find his way into the end zone. Donnie Richardson, a touchdown passing and a touchdown rushing in the 1st quarter here. Things are looking really good for the quarterback here. He's taken 2 sacks, but other than that, has played pretty much perfectly, just like Tomlinson played that play perfectly. Loss of 3 for the Buccaneers. Give back to Irving here. This time it's Mike Hall Jr. getting in on the action. Back-to-back TFLs by the interior of our defensive line, creating havoc in the run game. 3rd and 14. Pass complete to Godwin, but well short of the sticks, and the defense gets another 3 and outs here to end the 1st quarter. 2nd now starting. The give to McFerrin on the outside run play. Stiff arms a man and gets a 1st down. Excellent physical run by the rookie there. From the 30 now. Richardson, clean pocket. Delivers for Matt Driver, pickup of 8. Those two showing a nice connection here early. Play action. Richardson going for Jerry Jeudy. Would have been a nice play, but he can't haul it in through the contact. Now it's 3rd down. Towards the flat. Njoku hauls it in to move the chains here. Now the give to Gainwell, but nobody blocked Yaya Diaby, and he's able to make the play in the backfield. Loss of 1. 3rd down. Back to pass is Richardson. He has a man. 2-2 Atwell into Buccaneer territory, and the Browns convert on 3rd down once more. Richardson has time, has a man past the sticks. Matt Driver, his 2nd reception here on the drive. Loving how we're getting him involved early. McFerrin. Nice pickup, bouncing off some Buccaneer defenders again. He's been breaking some tackles at a nice rate so far in this game. Fake the give to Tutu. Now it's McFerrin. He's got another first down to the 4-yard line. 60 yards now on 9 attempts. Been excellent here on this drive. He gets another carry here. Spinning and scoring for the Browns. What a drive for Ernie McFerrin. The new RB1 here in Cleveland. Jerome Ford got injured, created an opportunity for McFerrin to get more carries, and he is making the most of them here in this first half. Nearly a diving interception by JOK. The Browns continue to be all over these horizontal passes for Tampa Bay. That's a catch and run opportunity. Malik Hooker in coverage. His speed isn't going to be something that will hold up in man coverage here, which might be the weakest link here of this defense. Bucky Irving gets some nice blocking. Gets past the sticks before he's even touched. 21-0 here. Both sides of the ball looking absolutely elite. Offense can hardly get stopped. The defense almost gives up an explosive play there, but an errant pass. They've looked pretty explosive. Bringing the big-time pressure here. Bucks pick it up, and they turn it into a touchdown. When you bring all-out pressure like that, you have to get home. Excellent blitz pickup by Irving, blocking up the rookie Ben Folds, and turns into the first score of the day for Tampa. Instantly 3rd and 7. Donnie Richardson back to pass, and he throws a pick to McCollum. The first of his career. Browns offense was looking unstoppable, but the turnover there gives the Buccaneers a chance to turn this back into a one-score game. Donnie Richardson's going to be an aggressive quarterback. We're going to have to deal with him being somebody who's going to throw some picks. But the Browns get it right back on a 3rd and 7 of their own. It's Greg Newsome, the interceptions leader of the team last year, and he's getting started early here in the 2025 season. These curl routes in Madden, man, you are liable to throw lots of picks. You got to be careful with them. 2nd and 9. Sifting through traffic as McFerrin gets us to a 3rd and short opportunity. Red and blue lines nearly touching here. We'll just give it right back to him, and great blocking there. Stevenson leading the way, another rookie who's starting for us on offense. Feels like nearly half the offense is rookies at this point. 2nd and 19 after a holding call. Richardson gets the first, but does not slide, and he fumbles the ball. Back-to-back turnovers for Donnie Richardson after a nearly perfect start to the game. You have to slide there. There are so many red jerseys in the area, and you know the defense loves to lay big hits on the quarterback. Does not slide and turns the ball over here. The Buccaneers get another chance to score here prior to the halftime break. 2nd down. Excellent throw by Baker Mayfield there for a chunk play for Tampa Bay. 3rd and 4 now. Baker flushed out of the pocket, nearly sacked by Emerson, able to just get it away. That would have put them out of field goal territory had Emerson been able to bring him down, but Mayfield makes a nice play, and it might earn them 3 points here as we head towards the half. Kick is up, and it is good for the Bucs. That's a 53-yarder. No easy kick there by any means. We head into the halftime break. Richardson, excellent start to the game, but those turnovers start to make you worry, and there's a Dafe Owe. his first sack as a Cleveland Brown. To bring up 3rd and long, the big-time free agent splash. We need him to perform well, and nice to see him get that first sack on the board early. 3rd and 16. Tampa will go screen. What a nice tackle there, one-on-one for Denzel Ward, who's playing really well in this game. 2nd down for Richardson in the offense. He's back to pass, trying to evade, and once again just gets tracked down. Something I'm sure he wasn't used to at Oregon. These NFL athletes are a different breed. They're much harder to get away from. Trying to go for 2-2 down the seam, but Bryce Hall makes a nice play on the ball. And it's 4th down. All of a sudden, the Browns offense has gone ice cold. Another excellent play made in the flat. This time it's Malik Hooker. I think Tampa should just stop trying to go for these throws on the flats. The Browns have been all over it all game long. 3rd and 7. Baker forced to flush out of the pocket. He'll throw it away. Browns defense gets another stop. They continue to look very impressive against the Bucs in this game. Richardson alone in the backfield on 2nd and 6. He throws a strike to Matt Driver. Big play. Rookie to rookie, and I'm excited to see these two hopefully define the next era of this Browns offense. They've shown a nice connection here in their debuts. Kenny Gainwell with a nice gain there. It's been a lot of Ernie McFerrin, but Gainwell's made some good plays in this game as well. 3rd and 2. Richardson pulls it on the read option and gets a big-time gain. Another strong-looking Cleveland Browns drive here. Gainwell with another big-time run. Now 1st and goal from the 9. Browns haven't scored since early on in the 2nd quarter. Been a lot of turnovers since there. Richardson going for the corner of the end zone and throws another interception. His 3rd turnover of this game. The Browns offense started with 3 touchdown drives in their first 4 possessions. Have followed up with 3 turnovers from their rookie quarterback since. Is that aggressive decision-making trait coming back to bite Donnie Richardson in his debut? We haven't scored in a quarter and a half at this rate. And again, it's not for the lack of ability to move the ball. Excellent play on the ball there by Greg Newsome to force 3rd and 10. You've made it tough on Hollywood Brown today, forcing him to make catches in traffic, which he just hasn't been able to do. And there's Ben Folds, the only high-profile rookie defender we got in the draft. So here comes Donnie Richardson once more. He's 18 for 22 for 207 yards, but half of those incompletions are interceptions. It's been a tale of kind of two things with Donnie Richardson. 3rd and 6, and he throws a strike like that has to get Cleveland Browns fans excited, and that's just the nature of the aggressive gunslinger kind of quarterback. It doesn't matter that he's thrown 2 interceptions today. He's going to keep slinging that thing around the field, trying to make big plays. That's Jahan Dotson's first catch as a Cleveland Brown. And then we get the interception, 3rd of the day. What is going wrong with Donnie Richardson? That looked like the same route concept he threw his first pick on, or at least similar. Different coverage by the Bucs, but the same results. 4 turnovers today for Donnie Richardson. That's a big play for Godwin. He beat Denzel Ward, but with the high effort, he tackles him down at the 1. Looked like an easy touchdown. But even when getting beat, Denzel Ward stays in the play, and now we have a chance to hold him to 3, though they have it at the half-yard line. Ward makes a play on the ball there. Once again, just trying to force Hollywood Brown to make these contested catches, and we've been able to keep him from doing it. Tomlinson then on second down makes a play in the backfield, and all of a sudden, that tackle from Denzel Ward looking better and better. We might force him to 3. Ward with another PBU here on Hollywood Brown. And that would end up being a 4-point tackle by Denzel Ward there. Excellent hustle by him, proving why he's a superstar corner. Even when he gets beat, he makes up for it. What a sequence there by Denzel Ward. 3rd and 11. Richardson has Njoku down the right sideline. He's racing inside the 20. 280 yards on the day for Richardson. 3rd and 5. Back to pass. Richardson's gonna take another sack, the 4th of the day. It's been hard to ignore the good that Richardson's done. He's made some really nice plays, but it's even harder to ignore the bad plays. As we're going to get a free drive extender here, courtesy of a roughing the kicker penalty. But back to what I was saying. He's making explosive plays to be sure, but 4 sacks and 4 turnovers is why we only have 21 points. It's why we haven't scored in more than a half of football now. As it looks like Cleveland will settle for 3 once more. At least we took some additional time off the clock with this. Been a tough debut to truly kind of grade, I feel like, for Donnie Richardson. Tampa needs to get something going, and they'll get a good scramble here by Baker Mayfield. Under 7 minutes to play now. Mayfield into the flat, and Ben Folds with another tackle. Yet another play in the flat. That's been the theme of this defense. They are not giving up any of the easy stuff to Tampa in this game. Mayfield throws a pick. Greg Newsome, his second already. Was a big-time playmaker last year. He's off to an even better start this time around. Already 2 picks on the day. And the curl route comes back to bite Tampa again. Do not throw the curl route on Greg Newsome. He's ready to pounce. 2nd and 10. Richardson takes sack number 5. Once again trying to evade. He just got to learn that he's not going to be able to do that at will. He has to pick his spots. Like here on 3rd and 17 when you have an angle. Gets stopped up a yard short of the first. But this offense has shown a willingness to go for it in this game. And they'll go for it again here. The give to McFerrin for the first down. 128 yards on the ground. You add in his receiving yards as well. He's up over 130 yards now. I wasn't able to 100% confirm, but this is a historical debut for a running back here in McFerrin, who adds to his yards once again with his second touchdown. Again, I can't 100% confirm this, but I think this is the best debut for a running back in NFL history. And I was rightfully so, called out for a bad trade down in the 3rd, but the reason I made that trade down was to get McFerrin, and so far through just 1 game only, that's actually looking like a pretty solid move, as McFerrin, I think, has the most all-purpose yards in an NFL debut now for a running back in NFL history. And Greg Newsome, 3rd pick of the day. That'll seal this game officially. And he takes it back this time for 6. I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind who's defensive player of the week. It's got to be Greg Newsome. And I actually can confirm right now he would win the award. Ultimately, a very sloppy, turnover-ridden week 1. But when you take out the turnovers, the right team won this game. Really, the only thing stopping the Browns offensively was those turnovers and the sacks that Richardson was taking, trying to make plays that just weren't there, or trying to extend plays when he shouldn't have. Ends up with 291 yards on 23 of 30. Completed 76% of his passes, but threw 3 interceptions, lost a fumble. We'd end up with 154 yards on 25 carries for McFerrin in this game. Njoku with 7 for 116 and a touchdown, 6 for 67 for Matt Driver. McFerrin added 19 more yards. Over 170 all-purpose yards, 2 touchdowns in his debut. Jack Conklin will be credited for 3 sacks, but a lot of those were directly on Donnie Richardson, just trying to evade and running right into some sacks here in the game. 3 forced fumbles overall on the day, 3 deflections by Ward, 2 on that awesome goal line sequence. Week 2 was an explosive 48-13 victory over the Atlanta Falcons. 424 total yards for the Browns with 2 defensive touchdowns on the board as well. I actually watched this one off camera just while I was eating some dinner. 2 touchdowns and a pick for Donnie Richardson in this game. Ernie McFerrin, another good day on the ground. Couldn't quite get to 100 yards, but he's just below it. Richardson also put in a touchdown on the ground, as did Kenny Gainwell. 12 for 125 and a touchdown for Njoku, who is off to the best start to a season in his career by a mile. Matt Driver had his first career touchdown, also 6 receptions for 2-2. Jerry Jeudy's probably somebody that we need to get more involved in the offense, but Njoku and Driver have had really good starts to the year for us so far. Defensively now, actually first let's get to blocking. We did allow a few sacks in this game. Defensively, we saw 3 sacks out of Myles Garrett in this game, as well as 5 TFLs. We saw interceptions from JOK and Malik Hooker. We saw Denzel Ward with a bunch of deflections out there, forced fumbles from both of our edge rushers, and both were recovered by the defense. And we had the 2 touchdowns, JOK and Mike Hall Jr. Week 3 would be another big-time victory as well. Cleveland 35-17 over Pittsburgh. We are scoring really well. Another day over 400 yards of offense here. This one I just simulated more traditionally. 3 touchdowns and a pick for Richardson. 265 on the day. 15 of 19 for 265 is really good. McFerrin here, 67 yards and a touchdown. I'm liking what he's been able to do to start his career. Receiving, it was Matt Driver's day to lead us on the receiving end. 6 for 94 and a touchdown. 2-2. 2 for 91 and a touchdown. Jerry Jeudy got his first score of the year, and it was a simulated game because Njoku got no production. We did get a few sacks on Troy Fatanu here. So looks like Myles Garrett already with, what is that now, 6 sacks on the year. Last year in total he had 8. So we're seeing some awesome production out of him. We had the JOK scenario. He had 7 tackles and half of a sack, couple of deflections. So half a sack away from getting a scenario is super rough. Owe adds on. He's been really productive for us to start this year as well. Greg Newsome adds another pick onto his resume this year. He was strong with the interceptions last year, and he's had an even better start this year with 4 already. Starting the year 3-0 was certainly not what I expected, but this team is a lot better. The offense actually productive. And this is the same playbook that we were using last year. So the playbook is not going into it at all. The picks we made in the offseason have just done a really nice job of helping this team be more well-balanced. Help, when the defense isn't forced to come out onto the field all the time in bad situations, they can be at their best. They can kind of play to their potential. In the offense, when Donnie's not turning the ball over, can be really good. And we're getting 30 plus points every single game so far. That's not going to continue forever. But I mean, how many times did we score 30 all season last year? Not very many. I know we did it in week 1, but that might have been the only time all season. So just talking about a totally different team so far this year. Is this just a strong start, or is this the start of kind of a new era of Browns football? I think Myles Garrett has to be pleased with the way that we've started at the very least. And we have so many good young offensive players that a lot of them are getting upgrades because they're also being very productive. McFerrin has had a very good start to the year. Not yet ready to reveal his development trait. Tony Stevenson. Scheme fit with us, but we want him to be a little bit more well-balanced. We'll go agile here. +5 to run block is kind of nutty. Up to 80 on that front. Run block finesse is the only thing not in the greens at this point. He's looking really good. Ben Folds up next. We're going to go pass coverage backer on this one. It's 1 to man and zone. Now it's to 66 zone coverage. Started at 62, so we're already seeing some solid development there. Cam Mitchell, we'll work on his zone coverage here. +3 to it. Gets him to a very nice 69. DeJuan Jones, we will work on his pass protection. The swing tackle for this team this year. Some nice developments there. Pass ball power in a really nice spot for him. And then Jalen Giles. I think we go pass coverage there as well. And that's going to end off the episode here. A very strong start to our second Browns season. We'll be continuing it here in the next episode, which will be coming out soon. And I'll see you then. Go Browns.